Sometimes life happens hard and fast. The house gets away from you, the dishes pile up, the routines slide off track, and suddenly it feels like you're starting from behind. But listen, that doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that your home needs a little extra love today, and that's okay. This isn't about perfection, this is about peace. Your goal isn't to do it all or get it spotless in a single breath. Your goal is to reset, regroup, and gently guide your home back into shape so that you can pick up your routines again. You're not behind, you're just rebuilding and resetting. So take a breath, turn on some music, and start with what's in front of you. This is your moment to bless your space and create that calm foundation. Your tomorrow self will absolutely love you for it. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and into my home. Okay, so dishes. They're oftentimes the nemesis to many, but let's be honest, doing a few every night is much easier than waking up in the morning with a sink full of dishes. You know, I learned long ago when I was raising my kids that ending my night with a quick evening routine wasn't about being extra, it was actually about loving my tomorrow morning self. When she walks into a tidy kitchen with the sink empty and the counters clear, it sets the tone for the whole day. You're giving her a peaceful start, a little less stress, and a whole lot more calm before the chaos. Your future self is going to say, "Girl, thank you. I really needed this." So as you can see, I'm showing you a little something different today than when I do in my other videos, but hey, this is life. This is my life this week. It's been a crazy week. The dishes didn't get done. There's toys everywhere. The bed hasn't been touched. And now I'm overdue for a full house reset. Sometimes life just leaves you no choice, right? You just have to get up and you just have to get things done. You need to stop everything and clean up all that chaos. But with that being said, we're also going to talk about why it doesn't have to be this hard. Because of routines, even small ones, you can really save your sanity. I used to think that routines were strict and boring, but now I know that routines give me freedom. I have freedom from overwhelm, freedom to rest, and freedom to not dread cleaning. Now today is one of those days where I'm telling myself 10 minutes every night beats a whole hour and a half on Mondays, right, ladies? So when I need to do a whole home reset, I like to start in the area that's going to give me the biggest bang for my buck. And typically that's either the kitchen or making my bed. Today, it's going to be the kitchen. The kitchen is truly the heart of our home, and when it is cluttered and messy, it makes everything else feel heavy and just not done. So this is going to be my jump off chore. I'm going to go ahead and get the kitchen done, and then we will move on to the next room. The grandkids were over here yesterday, so I'm going to go ahead and put up their markers and things like that. Some of the markers did get left open, so I need to throw those ones out. And then I'm going to continue cleaning off this counter. We're almost done here in the kitchen.
It kills to be halfway alive since I had you and one till I see you again. I don't mind spending a little time on the way, but want your hands enough.
I know I'm going to get asked about this little vacuum. It has a couple of different attachments that you can add on to it. I use it here mainly in here, right here by the coffee because the grounds get everywhere and I like to vacuum all this up. And I just keep it right there in the drawer. You can charge it with a USB charger. And I only have to charge it like once a month or so because I only use it right in this area. So I'll go ahead and link that because I know I'll be asked about it. And I'm going to go ahead and clean the coffee pot. Now this is the Beautiful brand by Drew Barrymore at Walmart. It's that brand of the coffee pot. I have other things in my home that, or in my kitchen, that's from this brand, and I've learned that you cannot put it in the dishwasher because the gold handle will turn a really ugly mustard color. Okay, so if you have the Beautiful brand, don't put this into the dishwasher, any of their things into the dishwasher because the gold will change colors.
Driving me crazy, I'm picturing you till it hurts.
as you can see, the pantry needs to be redone. So we're going to be doing that in a future video really soon. I'm going to pull, the things out and get everything straightened up and reorganized in there. Okay, so I'm pulling out the Method all-purpose cleaner, and we're going to go ahead and clean off the counters. I'm also going to go ahead and use it on my stovetop. You can use this all-purpose cleaner even on glass, all kinds of things. But let me tell you, when you're using it on your counters or your stovetop, give it a minute to work. You want your product to work, right? So you don't want to just spray it and wipe it right off. So give it just a few minutes to actually do its job. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean off the stovetop with it. I do have a little bit of our morning breakfast on here, so I want to get that cleaned up. And then I'm going to clean off the counters as well.
Pixels on our web, enough for this internet. Running, I run, call you up, you're on the other side. Say my name, kiss my name, believe no more. It's like we're right here, then I realize, how can I have you when we're worlds apart? Say my name, I'm not here, can only go so far. I don't mind, but the moment I realize, I don't mind, but the moment I realize.
Okay, so to finish this off, I'm going to use the Dawn Power Wash, and I'm going to clean the sink. I have to do this every night. I like to do this every night because I like my sink to shine. And obviously, I didn't do it last night because I had dishes in the sink. And so I feel like it needs to be double done. You know what I mean? Michael and I have been doing the carnivore diet. We've swapped over a little more to the keto, but still we eat a lot of meat and there's grease. And so I need to get all that cleaned out of this sink. I want it to shine right back up.
I get the feeling it's a good night. It's so bright. The city's shining from the street lights. So let's live it up, pick it up, just go.
So we're pulling out my favorite glass cleaner. This is Sprayway glass cleaner. I also like to use a e-cloth shining cloth. I don't use paper towels. I just use this e-cloth. Love this this cloth. It shines everything up and it doesn't leave any lint. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the front of the refrigerator and the front of all the other appliances. Like I said, the grandkids were here and they were in and out of this refrigerator. So you can see little marks from their little snacky hands. So I want to get all that cleaned up and shined up, and then we will definitely be moving on to the next room.
Don't be afraid. We just sway. Don't stop now. We're like the river in the sky. Fly high. Don't think we're ever coming down. So let's live it up, pick it
right, so now that this room is done, I'm going to go around the house and I'm going to start picking up all the toys that the kids left around. If you're new here, I am an empty nester, believe it or not. When you see all these toys, you might be wondering. However, I have 10 biological grandkids and we have a grand total of 19 grandkids. We also have a pool, so we oftentimes have a lot of grandkids over here. Now on this day, I had homeschooled the day before. And a lot of these toys are from my littlest one. He is 15 months old now, 16. I think he might be turning 16 months old. And he gets into all the things. And I just told my daughter, go on home. This is going to be perfect for me to film. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up all the toys. Now, I do have a toy room. That's where all the mess lives. And that's okay, you know, in the toy room. But they took it out of the toy room and now it's all over the house. I was hoping to get a chance to be able to film the toy room. That way you can see where I keep all of the toys. However, this day wore me out, which is another reason why we should just go ahead and follow routine so you're not wearing yourself out, right? Okay, so now we're pulling out the Method Daily Wood Cleaner. I'm also going to use one of my favorite microfiber cloths, and we're going to get the table shined back up. This is where the grandkids like to sit and play with their Legos and things like that. So I'm going to get all the little sticky fingerprints off of here and just get it cleaned right back up.
Yeah, we can dance the night away, right?
Okay, so now we're in the living room. I'm going to go ahead and put up mine and Michael's blankets that we like to, you know, use when we're sitting on the couch watching shows at night. These chairs right here need to be vacuumed desperately. My kitty cats are shedding since it's, you know, the summer now, and they've got very long coats, so their hair is everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and get these chairs vacuumed up. And then I also need to do a little bit more dusting around the living area, because this is where everybody sits. The cats have their cat beds here. Olive Grace's bed is in here, and it gets furry in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit of dusting with a new dusting wand that I bought. It's the EXO brand, I think is how you say it. I'll link it. But I started getting tired of using so many of those Swiffer that you throw away, and then you have to, you know, replace every time you use one. And I just didn't feel like it was doing that great of a job. So I thought I'm going to go ahead and try the EXO brand. It can be removed, it can be washed, all of that. So that's what I'm going to be using for, you know, let's just say the next 3 months. I'll give it 3 months and let me see how it works. And then I'll come back and report back to you whether I'm going to go back to the Swiffer or if I'm going to continue to use that brand. But so far I'm liking it. It does definitely grab the dust. Here it is right here. It does grab the dust. And then you can take that thing off and wash it. So I'm not having to, you know, go and repurchase those little Swiffer things. You guys know what I'm talking about. But anyways, let's go around. I'm going to do some dusting in here. And then right by the front entry area, I'll do some dusting in there. I'm not going to do the whole house because I will be doing a power hour here this next week. So I don't need to do the whole house.
Shadows were dancing on the building's golden light when sunset glow. Bustling streets and busy traffic, walk
walking hand in hand on our way home. The roads were drawn like something certain, every turn laid out so clear. Felt like love, looked like forever.
So remember these cushions that I had in my spring cleaning of my backyard, and I told you guys that I was going to sell them on Facebook Marketplace, but I needed to clean them up. Well, you can see the little cleaner there, so I did clean them up. However, I found out that at Home Depot I have a year to return them if I'm not happy, and I bought them in June, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take them back. They are clean. I just need to have my husband help me carry them all in. So he and I will be doing that this weekend and go ahead and return those. But who knew that Home Depot has a whole year warranty on those things, right? So the entryway always collects stuff, but when we ignore these tiny messes, they multiply like rabbits with a caffeine problem. You know what I mean? But I go ahead and I set my timer for 5 minutes at the end of the day, and this is the area that I declutter. And I tell you, it's a game changer.
Chased, have all been broken, every path disappeared. Felt like love, looked like forever, but we're here. We had a paper town, look good till the ink ran out. I guess we ended too soon. We painted bright blue skies, you were never true.
Okay, before I go work on the bedroom, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the vacuum, and I'm going to vacuum everything in here. And then we'll go into the bedroom, get the bedroom done, the bathroom done, and then I need to get some mopping done too. I wanted to be able to film the kids' room. I told you that, where I have the bed, I have a baby bed in there, and I also have all the kids' toys in there. I wanted to film that, and I wanted to film the bathroom, the kids' bathroom, or the hall bathroom, the guest bathroom, whatever you want to call it. However, I didn't get to that because I was so tired. Then the next day after filming this, we had painters come to paint the whole outside of the house. And they covered all the windows. So the hallway, the room, everything was dark. So I couldn't film. So I'm like, they'll understand. So you guys understand that I not only did all of this area, I also, the day after this, did the bedroom and the bathroom and the hallway. So the whole house got reset, with the exception of my husband's office. I let him do that. There's a lot of important things in there, and I do not want to mess with anything. So I allow him to do that. So anyways, the whole house got done. But I want you to hear me. If this is where you're starting, that's okay. Mess is not a failure. Okay? It's just a reminder that peace is possible, especially when you build habits that's going to serve you. All right, so let's get you on a good cleaning schedule, and that's what my channel is all about. Go through my videos, and they will teach you how to build a sustainable and reliable schedule.
This paper towel, this paper towel, this paper towel.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got a new rug in here. The rug that I had in here, I ended up putting in the dining room, so it's underneath the dining table. And then I bought something new to go in this spot. I put on Instagram all the different ideas that I had, and this is the one that we all loved the most. It has some warm colors in here. So when I built the house, gray was popular, right? So I had a lot of neutrals in here, and I just wanted to warm some of the areas up, and I thought this rug would be perfect to do that. It also matches with the wall baskets that I have on the wall, and it just kind of warmed everything up. Eventually I'll also change out the TV cabinet to something a bit warmer, or I was also thinking maybe some white built-ins. I'm not sure yet. Still thinking on that. Like I said, we just got the house painted, so let's pay for that first, and then maybe we can talk about built-ins.
This paper towel.
Oh, this bed, this glorious, annoying, split California king that needs a team lift just to put on the sheets. And this is why I normally do this in my Sunday reset when Michael can help me put the sheets back on. But I did skip this last week, so here we are. Skipping a routine isn't the end of the world, but it is a good reminder that these little systems that we have in place are lifelines. Now, one thing I did do right is I purchased 2 sets of sheets to go on this bed. Typically, I don't do that. I just have one set and then I wash them and put them back on the bed. But we needed the extra pillowcases, so I went ahead and just purchased 2 sets of sheets. So I'm going to go ahead and put the clean sheets on here. I will be still using the same pillowcases because I don't feel like washing those right now. I just need to get the sheets done. And then next time, next Sunday is when I'm going to take the sheets off the bed again. Then I'll go ahead and I'll wash everything then and put them on fresh. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the sheets put back on the bed.
You can feel your heart rate. You're on the wrong day. What you will lose. What will you choose? You're chasing all the highs, but you're running from the pain. Another hit, another lie. Don't end the same old game. Ooh, yeah. You think you got control, but it's slipping through your hands. A runaway soul, dancing to your own commands. You keep looking for answers, but the questions remain. A runaway soul, so caught up in the game, searching for a way out.
So my little kitties like to keep a good eye on me and make sure that I'm taking care of my business, make sure I'm getting things cleaned and done correctly. This one right here is Hank. He's named after my father, and ironically, he's watching over me. If you've been on my channel, you know that my father owned a very large janitor service in El Paso when I was growing up. And he taught me a lot of the things that I now do. So it's ironic that Hank the Tank is sitting here watching over me to be sure that I'm getting all this done correctly.
Dancing to your own commands. You keep looking for answers, but the questions remain. A runaway soul, so caught up in the game, searching for a way out, but there's no way to escape. Chasing all your demons and they're laughing in your face. Laughing in your face.
So I've been looking for a coverlet or something to go on the end of this bed because, as you can see, the kittens have really snagged up my bedding. So has Olive Grace. She sneaks up on the bed when she's not supposed to be on here, and she snags it too. But I'm looking for something different to go on there that isn't going to get snagged up. I do have a weighted blanket, but it has a dark gray cover, which is a blue gray, so it's not quite as gray as what the bedding that I have on there. So I was looking for a cover, what is that called? A duvet cover to go over that weighted blanket because I think that would look nice at the end. And, you know, I can use it when I need it. And I just need something that the cats can't scratch up or anything like that. And I'm looking for something beige, something that's going to fit my weighted blanket, all the things. But eventually I will get that blanket swapped out. Okay, so let's head into the bathroom. I did do a self-tanner, and before you do a self-tanner, you like to exfoliate, or you should exfoliate. So I did exfoliate, so I need to clean the tub, get all that exfoliating stuff out of the tub. And then I also rinse the tanner off in the tub, so that sticks too. So I need to go ahead and get my tub cleaned out. Since I'm cleaning the tub, I'm going to go ahead and clean the shower as well. You're not going to see me clean the toilet area because I was going, or my plan was to have you seen me clean the hall bathroom? And I was going to do that toilet. That way you don't have to see me doing 2 toilets, because that's just weird. But anyway, so you don't see me doing the toilet area, but I think you guys know me well enough to know that I completed everything in this room. If you don't know that, you can trust Hank, because Hank was watching me as I was doing that too. Yes, he followed me everywhere. Anywhere I go, he is right underneath my feet. Right now, as I'm doing this voiceover, I've got Olive Grace underneath my feet. So I've always got a pet or a grandkid around me. But I love it, guys. I absolutely love it. And I just showed you the screwdriver. Why is it that our husbands leave tools sitting around, and then you hear them yelling because they can't find their tools? Like as if you've done something with them, but yet you find them sitting in the bathroom. Strange, right?
Shows like parks and recreation. You just ended a long-term thing, and that was just a fling. Meant nothing, yeah, just a fling, and meant nothing. Starfield sky, late September night. Twist of
Okay, so now I'm pulling out my Method bathroom cleaner. This smells so good. Smells like eucalyptus. It doesn't have a lot of harsh chemicals in it, so I really like to use it when I can. Sometimes I need a deeper clean and I need something a little stronger. But today I don't need a real deep clean. I just need to get, the grime out from exfoliating, and then also from rinsing off my tanner. And so I'm going to go ahead and spray this. You're going to want to allow it to set for just a little bit before you get in there and you start scrubbing. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and get in and scrub, but you need to be very, very careful because it will be slippery when you get in there. Okay, so be careful what you're doing. But anyways, and then I just use a soft microfiber cloth, and I'm going to rub everything down. Now, I don't know about these tassels. Seriously, why do I wear shirts like this when I film? I wasn't thinking. I always have shirts with tassels. I don't know why. And then the sleeves. Come on, the sleeves. They're not working for cleaning. But anyways, I look cute though, right? And let's not even mention the ponytail hanging down in my face and in my cleaner. That's a whole other thing. Your girl was not thinking when she pulled out her clothes. I wasn't thinking about the things that I'm going to need to clean. And hanging in the tub with a cleaner and your hair in it is just not a good thing. But anyways, it is what it is. And I should have just thought this out a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to use the same cleaner, and I'm going to go into the shower and I'm going to spray it down. And I'm just going to freshen up the shower for Michael. I did do zone cleaning in here last week. So I don't need to do a deep clean of anything. I just need to do maintenance cleaning. And I figured since I cleaned my tub because it needed to be done, I'm just going to go ahead and freshen up Michael's shower. Michael does a really good job at using the squeegee on the glass. And that really helps cut down on the time that it takes to clean the glass. When you don't use a squeegee, everything just builds up. The soap, all of that builds up on the glass. And that takes a long time to cut through, especially if you're only cleaning your bathroom, maybe once every 2 weeks. That stuff is going to build up and it kind of hardens, and it's very difficult to get off. So if you can talk your family into using a squeegee, on the glass, maybe even on the tile, that is really going to cut down the amount of time that it's going to take you to clean. How I maintain my bath in between deep cleans is when I take a bath, I will wipe out the tub after I use it. This helps to remove anything, left on the sides. Now, I didn't do that after I used my self tanner because that tanner is on the side of the tub and I don't want to ruin my towels. So after I tan, I will get in and I will spray like how you saw me use the eucalyptus spray. I will spray that in there, allow it to set, and then get in and wipe it down just like you saw me do. Bathrooms and kitchens both make me feel very grateful that I have routines, because if I don't stay on top of this, these two areas are the ones that get the grossest the quickest, right? So with a cleaning routine, I'm able to keep on top of this. I'm able to follow my maintenance schedule to be able to maintain the area once it's been deep cleaned. I don't just allow it to build and build and build, because then it's going to make deep cleaning day a lot longer and a lot harder. Okay, before I bring in the vacuum, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the mats, shake them out, any loose hairs, things like that, hang up the towels, and then you want to be sure that your floor is dry before you bring in your Dyson vacuum in here, because a little bit of water can definitely ruin your vacuum. So I made sure everything's dry, and I'm going to go ahead and vacuum up any loose hairs, things like that. Then we're going to get the mop out and we're going to go mop this house. Get these floors back to shining and clean. And I'm going to share with you a mop soap that is just absolutely delicious. And I get a lot of comments on it when people come over. They're like, oh my goodness, your house smells so good. It's because of that mop soap. So I will show and share that with you here in just a minute. Before we go fill up the mop bucket, let's go ahead and see what we've already done. This feels so nice just to have the bed reset. The sheets are clean. Hawkins is watching over me. And then let's go in the living room. And as you can see, there's no more hair all over the chairs. The carpet's been vacuumed. We're also going to get in there and we're going to mop everything. Okay, and then this is the whole kitchen, dining room. Everything looks nice and fresh, and it feels so good just to have everything, especially the main part of your home, nice and tidy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the mop bucket out. So I always pull out my O-Cedar spin mop when I'm doing a deeper clean of the floors, and this right here is the new mop cleaner that I found that just smells heavenly. This is the R&W brand, and it is the scent Brazilian Waves, and it smells absolutely heavenly. But there is a little bit of bad news. You don't want to buy this on Amazon, okay? There's some fakes out there, and they don't smell nearly as good, and they are fakes, okay? This right here you can find online at R&W, or you can find it on the TikTok shop. Anyways, that's where I found mine, from the TikTok shop. And I bought 2 of them, and you only need a little bit. I also put some in the water of my robot vacuum mop, okay? So I put some in the water, and, it cleans the house, and everything smells so good. So anyways, this is absolutely the best smelling soap that I have tried so far.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong.
If you've been with me a while, you've heard this story, but for all my new ones here, one of the things that my father taught me is that when you are mopping, you want to go around the baseboards first, and then you will get the center. That way you're not pushing dirt up onto your baseboards. You've already got them cleaned, all right? If you happen to slop some dirt up on it, go ahead and just wipe it off. But if you go ahead and clean around the baseboards, and then you take your mop from side to side and you don't touch your baseboards, then you don't have to worry about dirt getting up on them.
Glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson.
I often wonder what my dad would think about this O-Cedar spin mop. He was a big fan of a rag mop, but they were the big ones, the ones that you would either have to hand wring or you had the little thing that would, wring it out. But he was a big fan of a rag mop, and he taught me that you go one direction with the rag mop to clean the floor, and then you flip it in the other direction on the other side of the mop is to actually rinse the floor. So obviously you can't do that with an O-Cedar mop, right? Because it's round. Now I do turn it, and I fan out the little mop fingers. What would you call them? Mop yarns? I don't know. But anyways, I do fan those out. But that's still not doing what, my dad told me the mop should do. But anyways, you can get an O-Cedar mop that has the mop water, and then it also has the clean water to rinse, and then it also has an area where it holds all the water that spins out, the dirty water. So the only thing with that is that you're having to refill your bucket a lot because it's not holding as much water. And I don't like that. I want to get this job done quickly, right? But I want it to be efficient. However, I clean my floors quite often. Like I said, I have a robot vacuum and mop system, and I run that every single day. So the floors are typically clean, But I do like to use my O-Cedar mop when I'm doing a deep clean of the house, because I'm sure that there's areas that need a little more deep cleaning. So I do love the O-Cedar mop. But again, you can get it where you have the rinse bucket. I will link both mops down in the description box. That way you can take a look at it and see which one you like best. But or leave me a comment too. Let me know, which mop system do you like. I use several systems. This one is for my deep cleaning, but I also use the Joy Mop. I love that one, right? I also use the E-cloth mop. You just remove the head, wet it, and then you just use it. And I love that one too. So I'll link all of those down below, and you let me know down in the comments, which mop do you like best?
You're here, I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. To myself, and I'm thinking out loud, we won't need nothing else for the rest of our time.
If you're in a season where everything feels messy, whether it's your home, your head, or your heart, I just want you to know that I see you. You're not alone in this. Life has a way of piling up, and sometimes it's all at once, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed or behind. But you don't have to do it all today, right? You just have to start somewhere. And routines aren't all about being perfect. They're about creating a new habit in the middle of your life. A little structure can feel like a lifeline when everything else feels like chaos. And the beautiful thing is that peace doesn't come all at once. It comes one small task at a time. So give yourself some grace, take a deep breath, and take the next kind step forward. Now, if you're ready to build your own routine that works for your life, here's a playlist of videos to help you do that. I'll see you again in next week's video. Until then, stay blessed, my friends.